guys, good morning. So, as part of my watercolor basics series, I am reviewing a few liquid watercolors. Not all, not meant to be all inclusive. And today we're going to be covering Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus Fine Art Watercolors. Recently I also talked about Dr. P.H. Martin's Radiant Concentrated Watercolor. So I thought we would explore some of the differences. This is a set that I've had for a few years now, and I believe it's set A. I got it at Dick Blick, probably on sale considering I bought the huge thing. And it comes with 12 colors, and I can go over the colors included for you right now. And if you miss anything, or if you need better photos or still photos, please check out the blog. Since this is part of an ongoing series that's being covered over on the blog. So I guess you could say natosoup.blogspot.com has sponsored this post. So in set A, you get Hansa Yellow Medium, Chrome Yellow, Vermilion Hue, Carmine, Crimson Lake, Quinacridone Violet, Red Oxide, Raw Sienna, Raw Umber, Turquoise Blue, Blue Aqua, and Ultramarine Red Violet. You also get, you may also get this, it's like a package, but it's also got wells in it. You can use it like that. And the bottles can either stand up like this or be laid down. So it's actually fairly well designed packaging and very useful. It's meant to have continued use even after you have disemboweled the contents. And I always enjoy seeing that kind of use case. And I am just sort of looking around for some of my other inks, so I can do a quick comparison for you guys, but I'm not seeing them, so that'll have to be something we cover on the blog. Today we're just doing a swatch test. We are doing it on Fabriano Studio watercolor paper. Not necessarily because it's my favorite. It's not bad paper. It's fine paper. I just didn't want you guys to be like, to think this is like, you know, a superior endorsement or anything like that. It's just something I had handy and I don't use it all too often. I do like inking on it because it has plenty of rough texture. And if you watch my Inktober videos from 2015, you'll see some of that. So for swatching, I have a water brush full of clean water, my paper, my pigments laid out in front of me, taking photos as I go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake these because they do have some sediment in them. I don't know if you guys can see that. Again, if you need a close-up of anything, I will have it on the blog. So I am going to shake each color and then use the dropper to put one drop like so. And I'll zoom in a second. And then use my water brush to blend it out. And that way we're sort of testing how concentrated the color is. Zoom in. And unfortunately, I'm still working with a different camera setup than what I usually prefer. We're still in the middle of finding a new setup. So if you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. We had an overhead setup with like a crane sort of neck, but it keeps falling. So right now I have my camcorder precariously perched on a tripod placed behind my drafting table. Oh look, see how much sediment? I'm gonna get a photo of that and I'm gonna try to mix that out. And these have sat, these have been in storage for at least a year. I don't think I've used them since I did the Bravest Warrior Search for Cat Bug spread a couple years ago. I guess I didn't shake it well enough. This is another one where it's sort of just settled on the side I'd been laying on. So if you have a set like this that you haven't used in a while, you may want to give everything a shake. And I don't yet know the real, it seems like the Hydrus watercolors have more pigment in them. They're not dye-based. And don't take my word on it right now. Please check the blog. I'm gonna do my due diligence and do my research before I commit to anything on there. But these seem to be pigment-based rather than dye-based. And they are called a fine art watercolor. So we'll find out how light fast these are soon enough. Zoom out a little bit just by unfortunate nature of my current setup. I've been trying to, in general, when I have a better setup, I've been trying to make sure that what I'm doing or the artwork is at least 70% of the image frame. As one of my viewers recommended, that's what they wanted to see. And I thought about it and I was like, they're right. So I apologize. I have been trying to work on that before the setup broke. And I'm gonna go back to it as soon as we have a better solution. I've not forgotten. Whoa, okay. I got a little gummy in there. That was probably not shaken well enough. That's red oxide. Red oxide tends to be an opaque sort of pigment. All of these seem a lot more opaque, in fact, than the Radiant watercolors. And I will go over which color is which in a little bit. Just trying to get everything down on paper. Oof. Wow. I don't know if it's the nature. That is raw sienna, and raw sienna tends to be an opaque earth tone. That one might need more shaking. See, the colors that seem to do the best after sitting for a year and a half to 2 years tend to be these, and then the earth tones seem like they've settled out. They seem a little muddy. Ooh, that turquoise is beautiful. Blue aqua is really nice too. All right, last one for this set. Oh, that's like a nice true purple. All right, I'm gonna let these dry and then I'll come back to you and we'll see how the colors change. All right, guys, these Hydrus watercolor swatches are complete. Well, they're not, all of them aren't completely dry. There's some sheen to some of them, especially in the areas where it was thicker. And I also found let me just toss my phone somewhere because it is buzzing. I also found my P.H. Martin's Bombay, and these use the same type of bottle. Again, I apologize about the setup. I can't really zoom in anymore. They both have the same sort of rubber stopper, and they both have a dropper inside, which makes using them handy. The Bombay ink is permanent though when dry. It is not actually a watercolor. You can do sort of faux watercolor techniques with it, but it's not a watercolor. So I will see you guys later with hopefully the field test for these watercolors. I haven't decided on a subject matter just yet. If you found this swatch video useful, interesting, informative, or inspiring, If it makes you want to go out and try Hydrus on your own, check the description below for my affiliates link. You ordering your watercolors through my link helps me out. It helps fund future projects like this, and it doesn't cost you any additional money. If you enjoy content like this and you aren't yet a subscriber, why don't you join my community of art nerds by subscribing? You can click right here to do that. I may be down, actually. Who knows, right? If you really enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to me if you took a moment to share it to your social networks. Your good word means a lot to your friends and family. You'll be doing me a favor. You'll be introducing new people to my art. You'll be doing your friends a favor because you'll be introducing them to a new art resource that might help them level up their art. You'll be doing yourself a favor because everybody loves the friend who's always sharing good resources. Seriously, that's what gets the most reblogs is useful art resources, at least I found. So you're going to be doing 3 people a favor, you, your friends, and me. And I would super appreciate your help. If you want to help fund more content like this, because it is paid for out of pocket, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/natosoup for information on how to join the Natosoup community and where the funds go. I'm Becca Hilburn from Natosoup Studio. If you enjoy content like this, be sure you check out my other posts in the Watercolor Basics series over on the blog, natosoup.blogspot.com. I'll see you guys later. Bye!